Walk into a bank with $20 to your name. Then imagine walking into that same branch with 20 million. Same building, same logo, same smiling teller behind the counter. And yet, two completely different banks. Because the bank you actually experience was never decided by the bank. It's decided by one number, your balance. At the bottom, the system is engineered to charge you, to quietly profit off the exact mistakes you can least afford to make. Every fee, every hold, every penalty is aimed downward at the people with the least. At the top, that very same system flips inside out. It stops charging you and starts protecting you. It assigns you people. It waives the rules. It works around the clock to keep your money safe and growing. Same institution, opposite behavior. And almost nobody ever sees both sides of it. I'm going to walk you through every level of wealth, from $0 to 50 million, and show you exactly how a bank's treatment of you transforms at each one. The fees, the access, the person who picks up the phone. The moment you stop being a target and start being a client. By the end, you won't just understand your bank, you'll understand which side of the system you're standing on, and what it takes to cross to the other one. You have nothing in the account. Maybe you're already in the red. This is the level the entire system is quietly designed around. Not to help you, to extract from you. Picture it. You swipe your card for a $4 coffee, forgetting the account's nearly empty. The bank could decline it for free. Instead, it approves the charge, on purpose, and hits you with a $35 overdraft fee. You just paid $39 for a coffee, and the bank made 9 times what the coffee cost. Then it happens again before payday. Another $35. You're $70 underwater over a coffee and a bus fare, and now the fees are generating fees. This is the cruelest equation in all of finance. The less money you have, the more the bank earns from you. Overdraft fees, maintenance fees, minimum balance fees, paper statement fees, out-of-network ATM fees. Stack them up and it becomes what it really is, a tax on being poor. At this level, you're not treated as a customer. You're treated as a revenue stream wearing a customer's face. The algorithm doesn't see a person trying to get by. It sees a reliable source of penalty income. And the cruelest part? The system knows you can't just leave, because the bank across the street runs the exact same playbook. At the bottom, there's no escape, only the choice of which institution gets to charge you. Now you've got a small cushion. Rent's covered, barely, and there's a few hundred left when the month is kind. The fees ease up, but notice why. Not because the bank decided to be generous, only because you're finally keeping just enough to dodge the penalties. Drop under the minimum for a single day, and they snap right back like they never left. Deposit a check and watch what happens. They hold it. 3 business days, sometimes 5. They have your money, it's sitting right there, but you can't touch it. Why? Because at this level, the bank still doesn't trust you. You're a risk it's pricing. Need help with something? Welcome to the phone tree. Press 1. Press 2. Say representative. Hold music. 45 minutes later, you reach a human in a call center who isn't even authorized to fix your problem. You're not being punished like level 1, but you're not being served either. You're being managed, monitored, contained. Treated as a liability the bank is trying not to lose money on. Every interaction carries the same unspoken posture. This one could bounce. This one could overdraft. This one could cost us. Keep them at arm's length. You're inside the building now. You're just not welcome in any of the rooms that matter. Something shifts at this level, and the bank will never tell you it happened. Your balance stops swinging wildly. Direct deposit lands every 2 weeks. The bills clear on time. You've become predictable. And to a bank, predictable is the magic word. Predictable means safe. And safe means profitable in a completely different way. So the machine rescores you in the background, and the fees that used to define your life start quietly vanishing. Remember that overdraft from a couple years ago you just had to eat? Call now and ask. Of course, we'll waive that as a one-time courtesy. Same mistake, same bank, different balance, different answer. Then the offers start arriving. A credit card with real rewards instead of a secured deposit. A personal line of credit you never applied for. A higher limit just because. The algorithm has decided you're worth lending to. Here's the part nobody admits. You didn't get smarter with money. Your habits barely changed. You simply crossed an invisible line, the one where the bank decides you're worth keeping instead of squeezing. This is the first level where the institution stops working against you and starts, cautiously, working with you. It's not a relationship yet. It's not even respect. It's just the bank recognizing that a stable customer is worth more kept happy than nickel and dimed. You've gone from target to asset, and that changes everything that comes next. At 6 figures, for the first time, a human being knows your name. You get the upgrade. They'll brand it something that sounds exclusive: Premier, Priority, Advantage, Sapphire. A different colored card shows up, a separate phone line that a real person actually answers on the second ring. Then comes the email, from a banker, addressed to you, by name. Hi, just reaching out to introduce myself and see if there's anything I can help you with. 6 figures is the exact threshold where the bank decides you're worth a relationship instead of a call center. Fees stop being fixed and start being negotiable. You ask, and they disappear. Better rates on loans show up without a fight. The mortgage that took your friend 3 weeks of paperwork and begging? Pre-approved for you over a single phone call, because the system already knows your numbers and likes them. You are still not rich, let's be clear about that. But the bank has started treating you like someone it would be genuinely expensive to lose to a competitor. And that's the quiet turning point of this entire story. At level 1, you needed the bank, and it knew it. At level 4, the bank has started to need you. The leverage has changed hands. For the first time, when you walk in, you're the one being courted, not processed. 7 figures. And now, they call you. You're assigned a dedicated relationship manager, a real, specific person with a direct line and an email that reaches them, not a queue. Their entire job is keeping you, personally, satisfied. You have their cell number. You can text them. Then the courtship begins in earnest. Invitations to dinners, client-only events, a bottle of wine that arrives when your account anniversary rolls around, box seats sometimes. The bank isn't serving you anymore, it's dating you. And the pitch arrives, smooth and well-rehearsed. Let us manage this for you. Here's our advisory team. Here's a portfolio that beats the savings account you've been parking cash in. Some of it is genuinely valuable, and some of it is simply higher fees wearing a much nicer suit. The skill at this level is telling the two apart. But the posture has completely transformed. The institution that once decided whether to approve you now spends its energy on a single question. How do we keep this person? Sit with the symmetry for a second. The same bank that charged a broke version of you $35 for a $4 coffee will now quietly make a problem disappear before you've even noticed it existed. Nothing about the bank changed, only the number attached to your name. At 5 million, you stop using the app, you just text a person. This is private banking, and it often doesn't even look like a bank. A different building, sometimes an unmarked floor, no sign on the door, no tellers, no velvet ropes, no lines, just an office, a firm handshake, and a banker who remembers your kids' names and asks about your last trip. Problems simply stop reaching you here. A charge looks wrong? Already reversed before you'd have spotted it. Need a 7-figure loan to close on a property by Friday? Done, and secured against assets you never have to sell. And that's the real unlock at this level, the one the wealthy understand and almost no one else does. You stop spending your money, you borrow against it. The rich don't liquidate, they leverage. They take loans at rates the broke version of you couldn't have dreamed of, because to the bank, you're no longer a risk, you're collateral. Collateral that compounds while you sleep. The fees, the overdrafts, the minimums, the penalties that defined your entire experience at level 1 don't exist in this world at all. And here's the truth that should make you angry. They were never about covering the bank's costs. They never were. They were about who the system had decided was allowed to be charged them. $25, $50 million? At the very top, the relationship completes its full inversion. The bank does not serve you anymore. The bank works for you. Deals get custom built around your life. Interest rates that appear on no public rate sheet anywhere. Entire teams, bankers, lawyers, tax advisors, lenders, quietly coordinating so that your money does precisely what you want, exactly when you want, with every ounce of friction engineered out of the way. The same system that once punished a broke version of you for a $3 overdraft now spends real money and real manpower protecting your wealth, protecting it from taxes, from risk, from loss, from the very kind of fees it used to collect from you. Same bank, same logo over the door. The same building you could have walked into back when you had nothing. It was never neutral. It never was. At the bottom, it extracts. At the top, it protects. And across that entire spectrum, the single thing that ever changed, the only variable in the whole equation, was the number sitting next to your name. That's not a glitch in the system. Read that again. That is the system.
So here's what every level, stacked together, is really telling you. The bank was never a neutral place that simply holds your money. It's a system that decides how to treat you based entirely on how much of it you have. At the bottom, it charges you for being poor. In the middle, it slowly learns to tolerate you. At the top, it protects you like family. Same institution, top to bottom, the rules never changed. Only your balance did. And once you can see it this clearly, the lesson becomes almost uncomfortably simple. The goal was never to be good with your bank. It was never about budgeting your way into their good graces. The goal is to cross enough of those invisible lines that the bank has no choice but to be good to you. Because the system isn't broken, let go of that idea. It is working exactly, precisely as it was designed to, rewarding those who already have and quietly billing those who don't. The only question that has ever actually mattered isn't whether the system is fair. It's which side of it you're standing on. So be honest with yourself for a second. Which level are you on right now? And what is it actually going to take to reach the next one?